Hello everyone, my name is Zach from Exercise Abilities. I am a therapeutic health specialist here at EA, and today we're going to talk about exercising from home. So a lot of us are stuck in our home the next couple of weeks. That being said, it's still important to get our exercise in and to move as much as possible. And so today with Steph here, we're going to demonstrate a home exercise routine. So the first thing is we want to be able to have weight, some sort of resistance. If we're at home, some of us don't have weights, don't have dumbbells and things like that, but we can use things that we have in our own cupboard. So for instance here, we're using two 12-ounce jars of peanut butter. You could use bottles of water, canned goods, anything that can add a little bit of weight to your routine. The first exercise we're going to do is a sit to stand. What Steph is going to do is she is going to be sitting nice and tall. She will bring her nose forward. As she brings her nose forward, you notice that her weight starts to shift into her legs. She will then drive through her heels, standing nice and tall, engaging her glutes and her core for a nice tall stand. She'll do the exact same motion in reverse, driving her bottom back towards the chair and then back to a nice tall posture. Now, I would suggest doing anywhere from 10 to 20 reps, depending on where your endurance lies, and I would do 3 sets of that exercise. If you are someone that is unable to stand out of your chair or someone that needs more support and you just don't have that while at home, you can also do a weight shifting exercise in the chair. So what Steph here is going to do, that same motion, bringing that nose to her toes, leaning forward, and she's putting weight through her legs. She's going to drive through her heels, lift her butt up just a little bit, and then sit back down. She'll lean back and then rock forward again. Again, putting weight through those heels, driving up through her legs, and lifting her butt slightly off the chair. So again, not getting a full stand here, but still getting those leg muscles to work. The second exercise that we can do is modified deadlift. The first deadlift variation we'll show is out of the chair. Steph, go ahead and grab your weights here, your peanut butter. So we got to remember with this exercise, we're looking to strengthen our posterior chain, right? Our low back, our glutes. What Steph is going to do is, again, always maintain good posture. She's going to bend forward at the waist until her hands or those peanut butter jars get nice and close to the ground. From here, she's going to drive straight back up, utilizing the low back and her glute muscles, right back to a nice tall posture, and then she'll repeat from there. Going down nice and slow, and then coming up, giving a nice big squeeze, pinching those shoulder blades together, maintaining good form throughout. The other variation is the standing variation of this exercise. So go ahead and stand up for us, Steph. So what Steph will do is take a hip width stance, again, always starting with good standing posture. She's going to drive her bottom back behind her, lowering her arms and the peanut butter down to the floor. Once she gets to a spot where she feels low enough and comfortable, she's going to, again, use those legs and her glutes to drive up forward to a nice tall stand. We'll have her do it one more time. Again, she's driving those hips back, keeping a nice flat back, and coming up nice and tall at the end, engaging the glutes at the top and maintaining that posture nice and tall. With this exercise, again, I would suggest 3 sets of anywhere from 10 to 20 reps. So our third exercise here is going to be marching. We're going to start from marching while seated in our chair here. First thing, as always, trying to maintain that good posture as much as we can. What Steph here is going to do is slowly bring her left leg up as high as she is comfortable with, lowering it nice and slow and controlled on the way down, and now move to her right leg. And again, not about going really fast, because we want to make sure that we're working those hip flexor muscles, the muscles that help us to raise that knee up. We're going to work them nice and slow and controlled. If we want to add a bit more to this, what we can do is take that elbow and bring it to our opposite knee. So you can see here, as Steph is marching, to get a little bit more core involved, she is rotating that upper body, bringing that elbow to the opposite knee. So that would be left elbow to the right knee and then right elbow to her left knee. Now the other variation, of course, will be standing. And again, with a standing march, taking it slow is going to challenge that balance a little bit more. If you are someone that struggles a bit with balance, it'd be good to maybe have a chair in front of you or a wall next to you, just something to grab onto. Steph's going to go ahead and start that march. Again, bringing those feet up nice and slow and back down. Again, really thinking about squeezing and working those hip muscles here as she goes through a nice slow march. And then to make it a bit more dynamic, add some upper body, some core. She's going to rotate that upper body here. Again, bringing that elbow to the opposite knee. And I would suggest for this exercise, 3 sets, 20 total, so that would be 10 each leg. Okay. Our fourth exercise, we're going to be working on a little bit more core work here, and it's going to be a rotation, rotating across the body here. Steph here is going to grab her weight, her peanut butter jar. She's going to hold it in both hands. She's going to start over to her left here. You'll notice that the weight, she's not holding it super high, not super low. She's keeping it kind of straight out from her body. She's going to rotate all the way back over to her right side now. So notice when she's doing this here, she's not moving her arms, right? It's all coming from her trunk and core. She'll rotate back over and then back to the other side again, always maintaining good posture, engaging that core along the way. Excuse me, the second variation of this exercise, go ahead and stand up for us, Steph. We're going to do that same movement, but while standing. So go ahead, Steph, we're going to rotate over to our left to start. So rotating back and forth here, nice and slow and controlled. Again, keeping the core nice and tight and rotating with the trunk, not the arms. If you want to add a bit more variation yet, you can start rotating those hips as well. So you'll see her heel coming off the ground, just getting the hips involved with the rotation as well. And again, 3 sets, I would say 20 total, 10 to each side. So our fifth exercise here are going to be some front and side raises. This is a upper body exercise. We're looking at just some shoulder strength here. So what we're going to have Steph do, she is going to start with opposing front raises. So go ahead, Steph. She's going to do one arm at a time. And then as the other one comes down, nice controlled manner, back and forth, left, and then of course the right. She's going to hit 20 total, so that's going to be 10 each arm. Once she has hit that mark of 10 each arm, 20 total, she's going to bring her arms out to her side and do 10 side raises together. Notice as Steph raises these up here, she's not going super high, right, to try to impinge those shoulders. She's coming up parallel to the ground and then back down, and as always, it's nice and controlled. There's no momentum with the weight. And I would suggest 3 sets of 20 with the single arm and 3 sets of 10 with both arms on the side raise. You can set those down. And then our final exercise, again, a lot of us are going to be spending some time at home, and so we're probably going to be sitting a bit more, laying around a bit more than usual. And what happens when we sit and we lay around too much? We get tight, right? Gravity always makes us kind of fold in. So this last exercise, the body is nice and warmed up. It's just a quick opening stretch here. So what Steph is going to do is start with her hands in her lap, and she's going to slowly open her arms up, turning her palms open. And you can see how she's opening up at the chest, giving herself a nice stretch here. And she's going to hold this for about 10 seconds. She'll then slowly lean forward again. And then she's going to open those arms and pull back just a little bit more now. And again, the point of this exercise stretch at the end, 1, we're looking to cool down after our workout, and then 2, we're looking to really get a stretch and open up that posture. Good. Okay, so remember, a lot of us are going to be spending some extra time at home, and it's going to be important that we move. And maybe exercise isn't your thing, right? But there's a lot of other things we can do, whether that's dancing while cooking, taking the steps a couple extra times, even just fidgeting, moving our bodies around, getting outside when the weather is nice. But the important thing is that we move, okay? So do whatever you can to get out and get that 150 minutes a weekend.